Well, good morning, friends. It is Pastor Lauren. I am coming at you this morning from my office here at the church. I am drinking one last cup of coffee as I finish some last minute things to get us ready for worship here in just a few minutes. We are looking forward to worshiping with you together at 10 o'clock, either via our Facebook Live or via our YouTube link that's live as well. So we are excited to worship together. As we prepare for worship, I just have a few things I want to mention, help get some gears turned in your mind of some things that are going on in the life of this church this week. Now, don't worry, we are still going to have announcements in our worship service, but we're just trying to do some extra ways of engaging to be able to talk a little bit more about some specific things to not take up as much time in the worship service, if that makes any sense. So thank you for tuning in. The first thing I wanted to mention as we prepare for worship together in just a half an hour is I wanted to make sure you knew that we have a online bulletin that we're inviting you to take a look at. We've had it for a couple of weeks, but I think there have been some people who've shared that it's kind of gotten lost in the shuffle. So our online bulletin is going to have our announcements of things that are going on in the life of the church this week. It also has a version of our prayer list and some of those things. So if you can't find our online bulletin, it's linked in the comments both on Facebook and on YouTube. It's also on our website as well. If you can't find that, if you need help finding that, just drop a comment down below and we will make sure somebody can help connect you with that online bulletin that way. Additionally, one of the things that you may notice is that we've been asking you to fill out our online attendance slip. So I wanted to just explain why we're asking for that. You know, of course, this isn't like a college class where you have to register your attendance to get credit. That is not how church works. But the reason that we're asking for that is when we're able to gather for worship together in person, we can see you with our own eyes. We know who's worshiping with us. We have ushers who count who is here. And we use these tools throughout the week as we're looking at who we're interacting with and other things like that. So if you don't fill out our online attendance slip, we don't necessarily know that you worshiped with us unless you're somebody who happens to be on the live stream and can physically see the list of those people. So I'm going to invite you to fill out that list or that sheet so we know who's worshiping with us. Additionally, on there you'll find a place where you can share your prayer concerns with us. And that's really important too, especially when we're not able to meet together and you're not able to tell me face to face what's going on in your life and how I can be praying with you and celebrating your joys with you. It's really important that you fill that out so we can know and can be in prayer together. So I want to invite you, if you've not done so already in the previous weeks, to number one, take a look at our online bulletin, and number two, to fill out that online attendance sheet. And I have a few things that I want to make sure you know about too, some announcements in particular to highlight of some things that are going on in the life of this church this week. So several times we've mentioned that we have quite a few small groups that are meeting virtually. Some are meeting using Zoom, some are using Skype, some are using Google Meeting, all these different formats. And if you are not already a part of a small group, but you would like to be in one, maybe you're looking for some extra ways to connect right now, I would love to help connect you with a group. Please feel free to reach out to me. You can do that by calling here at the church. You could also send me an email. My email address is just simple. It's pastorlauren@culpeperumc.org. So if you give me a phone call or send an email, I would be glad to connect you with a group. And then one group that I particularly want to highlight is a new group that's starting. So Pastor John and I have finished our Wednesday night study with our Celebration of Discipline group, and we've decided together that we are going to be doing a study that's based on the scripture of the previous weeks of the sermon that's coming up. I don't know how to say that in the best way. So if you would like to join us for that, this small group is going to be very little work outside the group. So for people that maybe have a lot going on in your life, this could be a good opportunity. We would love to have anyone join us for this study. You don't have to have been in our group before. All people are welcome, all ages and life stages. So if you would like to be a part of that group, we're going to meet using Google Meet. But don't worry, you don't have to have a Gmail to be a part of the group, and you don't even have to have a computer to be a part of the group. You can call in, like a conference call. You can even use a landline phone with a cord that's stuck on the wall. So if you would like to be a part of that group, maybe you're not sure how, maybe you have some questions and you're a little nervous about joining a virtual group, again, feel free to reach out to me. I am happy to talk you through, and we would love to have you. I don't think I even mentioned the day and time yet. So we're going to be meeting on Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. So we are starting this Wednesday. If you have not already let me know that you would like to join us, please feel free to do that. Do that so I can send you the link to join our group or the phone number to call in, whichever way you'll be operating on that. So again, we're going to start this Wednesday, and we would love to have you join us and be a part of that. If you're not interested in that study or that day and time doesn't work for you, again, we have lots of other groups throughout the week, and I would be glad to connect you with one of those. Another thing I wanted to mention as we talk about connecting virtually is virtual office hours. So for the past couple of weeks, Pastor John and I have been trying out virtual office hours. So we each have them on the days that we are present physically in the church office. So for me, that's Monday through Thursday, as I'm off on Fridays. And for Pastor John, that's Tuesday through Friday because he's off on Mondays. And mine are in the mornings, so 9:30 to 10:30, and his are in the afternoons. I think it's 3 to 4 p.m. So we've had a couple of people join us for virtual office hours. Sometimes it looks like somebody popping on just for, 3 minutes or less, maybe asking a question that they were going to send an email about, and they thought, you know what, I'm going to pop on to virtual office hours and just ask it anyway. Sometimes it's looked like people staying on longer. I think there have been some longer conversations, maybe 20 or 25 minutes or so. But whatever you would like to do, we're just doing these as a way to make ourselves extra available at a certain time for whatever you might be interested in. So if you have one day during one of those times that you just want to pop on and say hi while you take a 5-minute break from work or from school or from whatever you might be doing, feel free to do so. If you want to hop on and have a longer conversation, absolutely. Know that for these virtual office hours, this is one link that lots of people have access to. So you may pop on and be the only one, or you may pop on and there might be a group of people that are on the virtual office hours as well. But we just want to let you know that anyone can do that. Feel free to do so. If you haven't gotten the link for that before and you're interested and would like the link, again, feel free to reach out to me and I would be glad to send that to you. Finally, I just wanted to mention once more that through our church Facebook page, we've been posting quite a bit. Different members of our staff are posting each day. Sometimes they're videos, sometimes they're little challenges, sometimes it's prayer or worship services. We're just trying to provide lots of resources to stay connected. So I'd encourage you, if you haven't already done so, if you're on Facebook, to give our Facebook page a like. If you press that like button, then all of our posts will show up in your feed. And you can see all the things that we are doing throughout the week, and we would love to have you do that. Additionally, one of the things you may have seen in some of those posts is once again this week, we took another load of supplies to the food pantry and also to another food pantry for diapers and baby products. So we are continuing to collect non-perishable food items and diapers and wipes and infant formula. So once again, you'll see outside our church under the big portico, there's this large Campbell's soup can, and that's been filled up several times by members of the church and community. So if you have non-perishable food items or baby supplies you would like to donate, we will gladly take those. You just drop it off right there, and then we have people that take them into the church each day, and then people deliver them to the right places. So we would be glad to have you participate in that and help us continue to love our neighbors in that way. Well, friends, I am very much so looking forward to worshiping with you in just a few minutes. So now would be a great time to grab one more cup of coffee and get yourself settled as we prepare to worship God together soon. See you in just a few minutes.